Welcome to another segment of Sound Off at the One of a Kind show. I'm talking to Gilles with Tamboa. And Gilles is going to explain how he came up with this wonderful artistic instruments, I should say.
Yeah.
And he's going to give us a little example. So can you tell us first when you started this and what made you?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm a musician. I always played music since I'm a kid, and I've always hand work. And so far, early in my life, I ended up being a woodworker, making furniture and things, having a workshop. But my musical side was put away, you know. So one day, my musical part of me had a meeting with my woodworker, and we say, well, why don't we find something that would combine them both interests? Absolutely. And then I had the idea to do a research about wood resonance using indigenous wood from Canada.
Wow.
And then for 5 years maybe I experimented all kinds of idea I had, and I went across the principle of the instrument I'm making now, and from that I started a long series of prototypes, and from one to the other taught me how to control the different parameters of the sound.
Very nice, beautiful.
And all that gave birth to the tamboa, what I named the tamboa.
Tamboa, yes.
Yeah, that
very
instrument.
nice. Well, Gilles going to demonstrate the tamboa for us right now, or one of the tamboas.
Yeah, that's the tamboa. That's the kalimba.
And a kalimba?
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit of both.
Yeah, okay.
Gilles, I'm going to step back and let you do your thing.
Thank you.
That is beautiful. Oh my goodness. And can you demonstrate this instrument for us?
The other is a kalimba. That's an African origin instrument. That's my personal version. It's electric. You can pass it through a little hand that's there, and here it goes.
Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Thank you so much, Gilles.
Thank you.
Can you tell our viewers how they would get in touch with you if they're interested in your items?
Tamboa.com.
Tamboa.com.
Yeah, that's my site.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for your time and bless you. My goodness, what a beautiful, beautiful craft.
Thank you
again, Gilles.
Thank you.
Welcome to L'Eclisse. This is Benoit, and Ben is going to tell us all about his wonderful craft. Ben?
Thank you. It's simple. It's nature. Nature does the work of artistic work, and I try to put it in a way that it's functional. So for people, we like when you can use something. So this is why I end on putting glass in the wood, and simple shapes show more the grain of the wood. It shows also all the expressivity of the nature. We don't know what happened really, but we feel that there's a story behind. It's like abstract art. So this is partly of my way of seeing nature.
Very nice. And what is the medium itself? Is it actually cork?
No, it's mostly sugar maple burls that I find where I live, so near Quebec City, in the country. And also cherry. Cherry is the redder, the warmer wood like this.
Beautiful.
Yes, it's like lava more. Maple, spalted maple with all the black lines.
Spalted maple, yes.
Are interesting because there's a lot of contrast. So when you part from the vase, you see clearly the pattern of the wood. Yes. And it looks like more like stone or a cork than wood sometimes.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. My goodness. And you make all of these yourself, every single one?
Yes, since 16 years.
Wow.
I find the wood, I air dry and kiln dry the wood also. So I'm always starting from the beginning, the green wood, till the end here. So I wear all the hat.
Beautiful,
So,
beautiful. And if our viewers would like to purchase some of your works, where would they get in touch with you?
They can come here at the One of a Kind show, because I always do a big production for this show. It's always my biggest show of the year.
Okay.
If not, they can go on my website and find things on my online store also.
And your website address is?
It's leclisse.com, LECLISSE.com.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time and enjoy the show.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.
Welcome to Lilac Glass and M, the artist, and your co-artist is? Lindsay, who's sneaking behind the camera at this point. And we're gonna let M tell you all about her craft.
So we make handmade glass art and decor. We like to work with very colorful glass, as you can see, and we really try and highlight the beauty of this material in the way that it moves when it's hot and the way it shines when it's cold. And we also do a lot of custom orders, so we can make just about anything, any size, any color, any shape.
That's a very important key factor. The piece behind you there, one of the jellyfish, maybe you just take one of those off and
sure.
Show the camera. How do you even do that?
So it's just about the specific way that we apply the color, but essentially hot glass sculpting works from working from the inside out. So first we make the jellyfish itself, and then we build up layers of clear glass around it. This one we like to call the cotton candy jellyfish because of the coloring.
So that's actually glass, not acrylic, correct?
No, all glass,
wow,
through and through.
Very nice.
Yep.
Would you like to introduce your mother?
Yeah, sure. This is my mom, Bev. She's helping us out at the show today.
Yep.
While my partner's away.
And one of her different pieces that she's made is a motorcycle with a cow on it.
Wow, and how big was that piece?
Like that?
Oh, yeah, it was about this big, yeah. Yeah,
A
yeah.
cow driving a motorcycle.
Cow driving a motorcycle.
That's
yeah.
unique.
Someone really
unique.
wanted it. Yeah.
Very cool. If you can just tell us about, once again, how you can do a memorial to your pets in glass.
Yeah, for sure. So I've previously done pieces which memorialize the ashes of pets as well as our loved ones. So if you have an animal who passes away who's near and dear to your heart and they get cremated, then you can pass those remains on to us and we can put them into a piece of jewelry that you can wear to remember them, or a sculpture like a paperweight or an orb, something along those
Or
lines.
a mantelpiece of some kind.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Thanks
no,
for sharing
thank
that.
you. Yeah, for sure. www.lilacglass.ca, or you can contact us on Instagram at
Okay.
lilacglass.ca.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Em.
Yeah, no.
If you want anything done custom, don't forget to talk to Em and her mom, and they can make sure they can take care of your needs.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Em.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
stuff.
no worries. Thank you.
We're here today with Nicholas, who handcrafts a myriad of games, and a couple that he actually invented himself as well. And the name of his company is Nico Nico. Nicholas, please tell us about, first off, your own inventions, and then about the rest.
It's all start with this game here called Ads. I do board game for 20 years now. I started and I made a trip to Madagascar a long time ago, and I came back with the idea of a top who push marbles, and it started like that with this game of little racing game where I use the top and marble as dice. So it's a family game for 2 to 4 player. And after that, I have a background in technical drafting, so I work wood, I design board games, I create new games, and I redesign old games. That's basically my work. The word mill, it's a board I create to choose a starting letter. I took the idea of the casino with the wheel, but instead of having number, it's the alphabet. So you have the marbles, so you can find the starting letter for word like size of the word, the position letter in the word, kind of game that we probably play in family games, but I just mix all those games in one nice board that you can leave on coffee table. You play with friends who are Scrabble fan, or you can play with children who start to read and write and just forget the rules, but just to play with the letter in the word.
Very
So
nice.
That's the kind of game I do. Also, I have a large variety of strategy games from around the world. I go and read a lot about history of game. So I bring games like King Table, a very old Scandinavian game of strategy. Wali is from Africa, Surakarta is from Indonesia. So I took idea of games where they have specific aspects, make them interesting. They are different than chess and checkers, but always say in the same spirit. It's the kind of game that you must play and then anticipate the play of your opponent, so it's a fun game. Also make some little board game like Babai and Dao, one's from Africa, the other one is from Asia, 2-side dice strategy games. In that section of games here, I have large variety also of dice game and chance. Here, my version for Snake and Ladder, redesigned on a rectangular board, blue go up, red you go down. Kind of design that I like, so to take game that most people know, like Parcheesi, Talk, but come back with design that are kind of board you, like I was saying, you leave on coffee table, you play with friends, but you don't hide too far.
Yeah, very nice. And then once again, how many games in total?
Roughly 25 board games, depend on the year, because some game I have to put on the side sometime and then bring new games. Like this year I bring the Tug Parcheesi game for 6 player. So roughly 25 games.
And for our viewers, could you tell us, Nicholas, how they would contact you to purchase your games?
My website is always the first line to contact me, niconico.ca. I do art show like here, the one of a kind. I do Salon des Métiers d'Art in Montreal for 18 years now. So I do art show and my website, niconico.ca.
Very nice. Well, we certainly appreciate you taking the time to join us on Sound Off. And thank you once again, Nicholas, for showing us your beautiful games.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're here today with Bruce Parker, and we are at Driver Ducks, and Bruce is going to tell us all about this wonderful craft he has taken on. And Bruce, if you can tell us also what inspired you to start this.
What inspired me? Okay. Well, it all starts with an old beat-up golf club for me. And then I take the golf club, I look at it and I try and think, what kind of driver duck can I make with it? This will become a loon. It has the red, the black, and the white predominant on the loon. And then I basically clean it up. This is about halfway from where I'm going to end up. But once I get there, I got a pretty good looking little duck out of it. So this all started for me in my teens. I used to carve decoys for hunting. And then that gradually transitioned up, and then I carved more decoys. And then I got competitive and entered world championships with my carvings. And 22 years ago, I was sitting at my workbench. I was working on a decoy for a competition, and I had a broken golf club. And I looked at it and I thought, kind of looks like a duck's body. And then off I went. So I've been doing it for 22 years, making driver ducks, mostly for friends who had a golf club that they didn't know what to do with, and also for golf clubs for tournaments. And then it kind of, when COVID hit, it sort of was like, Bruce, you're in my way, go make your driver ducks. So now I had an inventory of them, and I entered my first, I entered for the One of a Kind show. This is the second time I've been at the One of a Kind show. I hadn't really done any shows per se, but now it's a whole family of ducks. Most of the ducks that I carve are Ontario birds. The puffin is one from the East Coast. The brant is also from the East Coast. But then as I go forward, this is mostly up and down the St. Lawrence River. It's a scaup. Very seldom do I get two that are matching, because I got a left and a right. Very, very rare. So here I've got a pair of a hen and a drake facing each other. So that becomes part of the fun. The other part is, as my friends say, Bruce, you're a lousy golfer. You should carve more because you're better at that than anything else. For me, the hardest part is the painting. I'm not a painter, but after 22 years, I've figured out how to get the paint down so it looks real. Well, this is a decoy, but what I try and do is, if you can see, I try and pick up the iridescence of the feathers on the bird. So here I've got a green on this side, I've got blue on the back, and then a little bit of violet on the top. So it reflects in the light like a real bird. And sometimes I get carried away. You get artistic every once in a while and you say, well, I'm going to do something really different. So in this case, I've created a little sleeping duck. It's a little lazy, kind of quiet and subdued, versus looking very bright and perky and alive. So it's good fun. It's good fun. For the loons, these loons over here, what I use here, so I've got the same, I've carved the same piece on the top. This started with a friend of mine having, redoing his cottage, and he had the deck, and he had a piece of wood, and he said, Bruce, can you do anything with that? So I said, yes, I can. This piece, I'm driving by an orchard that's being taken down. They're cutting all the wood. It's crabapple. I went over to the guy that was doing all the sawing, and I said, what are you doing with that wood? He says, it's going to the dump. And I said, I can use that. I can make a loon out of it. So all the wood I've used in those loons is recycled from somewhere, whatever. I had a lady come by just the other day, and she said, I got one of your driver ducks last year, and I gave it to my granddad, her grandfather, and she says every morning he comes down for breakfast and he pats the loon on the, pats the bird on the back and says, morning, I'm here. So they have a lot of memories for a lot of people. A lot of what I do now is, and I've already got 4 in today, where people come in with a golf club that was their grandpa's. Somebody wants to give it to the grandkids. The grandkids don't want an old golf club, but when we convert it into, or I've heard the new term now, it's upcycle. When I upcycle it into a driver ducks, now the grandkids got something to keep, and they can say morning, Grandpa, every time they get it too. So it's been a lot of fun. I also, this summer, my knee went, and I'm sitting again. Here's where what's that expression? Necessity is the mother of invention. I've never used the shaft of the golf club, never. And I'm looking at it and I say, I think I can do something with that. So I came up with a shoe driver. So now I've got a use for the shaft. I've got a use for people trying to put on those old shoes. And now I can upcycle all of the club.
Okay, can you tell our viewers how to get in touch with you if they'd like to purchase some of your crafts?
Well, I'm here at the One of a Kind show. That's the first place, because this offer, now you can see the whole selection. I'm also online. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and they can get in touch with me if they go on anywhere and search for driver ducks. I think they'll end up with me, and I hope so.
Well, thank you for your time, and congratulations on your amazing success and wonderful craftsmanship.
Thank you.
Thank you.